Hey everybody, I'm so happy to be here. This is actually my first video in a series I've got planned for you. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm an award-winning mindset, personal development, and performance coach for women self-employed and entrepreneurs. And today I'm going to be sharing with you what every business owner or aspiring entrepreneur needs to know about mindset work, or 5 reasons why you need to prioritize mindset work even before focusing on any kind of marketing strategies. So what I often come across is that business owners prioritize their sales and marketing before anything else. And I actually made this mistake myself when I first started out as a hypnotherapist. So I was constantly chasing the next shiny object, the latest marketing magic ingredient that was going to magically solve all my business challenges, or that one proven strategy to get me instant clients and consistent 10K months, right? I was watching all the webinars, signing up to all the trainings, subscribing to all the news and expert email lists, and still I wasn't moving forward. I was still very much stuck, having drip-drop clients, and with all the so-called knowledge I had, if I was honest with myself, then the truth I really had to admit to was that I wasn't actually taking the action. Not properly, not thoroughly, not consistently, and not boldly. So, of course, things weren't moving forward. And knowledge without action or implementing the knowledge is obviously completely useless. Because what's the point in me knowing how to create a funnel if I'm procrastinating on creating my freebie and avoiding getting down to work and writing all those writing email sequences, right? Or what was the point of me knowing how to use videos to grow my reach if I preferred to avoid going on camera? Or what was the point of me learning how to set my prices at a certain level when I was having sales calls, I was feeling insecure about these prices or even lowering them, right? So, sorry. So that's when I just said to myself, okay, just stop. Stop for a moment. Stop consuming more and more training and information. I decided to just take a moment and step back, and I realized that something very basic had to change. Without building the right mindset, the right foundation first, my business was just not going to grow and wasn't sustainable. So just like when you're building a house, if you build it from the ground without the invisible foundation underground, even if you're following the most beautiful planning designs, or the beautiful design plans, then without that underground invisible foundation, it's just going to crumble, right? With shaky grounds or strong winds. And actually, research also shows that success is down to 70% mindset and only 30% business knowledge or skills or talent. So mindset will literally make or break your business. So here are 5 reasons why mindset is more important than marketing when starting or growing a business. Number 1, self-belief and confidence. So this is really the number 1 crucial factor for any entrepreneur. We need to believe in our abilities, in our offers and business idea, and in our ability to achieve the success we want to create. So fears and limiting beliefs, we have 100% affect our idea of what is possible for us, whether we're aware of it or not. Mostly not. So we have to clear out our mind space of all those limiting made up ideas that prevent us from taking action or from fully showing up. So sure, I've heard some people say, yeah, but you can take small actions forward, tiny actions even, and they add up, and gradually build more confidence as you go. And yeah, while this is definitely true to some degree, the hard truth is, and I'm not going to sugarcoat this, is that to reach where you really want to be, at some point, these small actions are not going to be enough. And you're just going to hit a wall, because what really makes us leap forward are the bold actions. the risks, the high impact actions, the stuff that's outside our comfort zone. And that's where most people get stuck. And that's where your biggest wins are going to come from. 2, resilience. So again, I'm not going to sweet talk over this. Entrepreneurship and building success is fucking hard. So there's lots of hard work, and we're constantly facing challenges, roadblocks, setbacks, and even failures. So it's just part of the game. I can't tell you how many times I've created something that I thought was just a genius idea, and I put it out there and it was a complete flop. No one was interested. But it didn't stop me. It just got me to create something else, something that people were interested in. I can't tell you how many times or how much money I've put into marketing services or given to so-called experts just to get pretty much zero results. And it can be so discouraging. I know how discouraging that can feel. And of course, I had moments when I just wanted to give up. Of course, I had moments when I was wondering what it's all for. And, why am I stuck in front of the screen in this constant struggle instead of taking off backpacking around the world? So we need to be up for all this right from the start. We have to have strength and determination and the ability to jump back up whenever we're knocked down. 3, clarity and focus. So this clarity is around our vision, around our mission, knowing exactly what our goals are, and knowing exactly where our business is going. So when I started out, I didn't really have a clear idea of what that was. I was taking on work with anyone and everyone. I wasn't aiming my marketing at anyone in particular. And I was working towards a very general, very vague goal of success. And not having that clarity meant that I was constantly drawn to a million different directions. I was overwhelmed and confused by all the stuff and information out there. I found it hard to make decisions, or I was even avoiding making decisions sometimes. So I really needed to clear out my mind of all sorts of rubbish that was in my way. And the truth is that even things that aren't even related to business still affect it. So stuff in my personal life, in my relationships, other emotional ups and downs, all these affect the mind space that I've got to give to my business. And so I needed tools to keep myself clear and to keep my emotions clear so that I knew exactly what I was doing, so that I could make better decisions, and so that I was able to laser focus on my work without getting distracted. 4, consistency and commitment. And this is so important. And of course, ties in with all the previous stuff I've already mentioned. So this is something that so many business owners struggle with. And again, including myself when I started out. So I get super excited about an idea or really inspired after watching some video. Maybe I started working on some project, or maybe I finally got into posting on social. But then I had off days when my motivation was low, or when things were moving forward really, really slowly, or not at all. And this meant that the actions I was taking were not as consistent as they should be. So I'd wait for the next moment to be re-inspired, or I waited for some sign of some sort to tell me that I was on the right path. When really all I needed to do was just stick with it and keep building the invisible momentum. I had to develop tons of patience because things take time. Don't be fooled by those promises of 6 figures in 90 days and all that. Most people who succeed have taken years to get to where they are. And it's okay sometimes to not feel motivated, but we need to keep going anyway. We need to be committed. 5, self-image and relationships. So as you know, growing a business has everything to do with building relationships, especially if you're a service provider. So obviously this is first and foremost with your potential clients or customers, but it's also about networking with other businesses for either referrals or collaborations. And so there's really no escaping the need to show up. And that includes showing up online, on social, possibly on video. And again, I really used to struggle with this, and I know that many others do too. For me, this was a huge obstacle, particularly because I had so much past baggage from a pretty traumatic upbringing, and I was really lacking in self-confidence and self-worth. I was comparing myself all the time. I had fear of visibility. And I was struggling to make meaningful connections and didn't want the attention. So this had to change, right? If I have an online business, I need to be online. So I knew I couldn't just hide away hoping for clients to find me. It just doesn't work like that. So I really did need to put in the work around self-acceptance and self-love. So to sum it all up, your mindset is the number one thing that allows you or prevents you from doing all the other things. And optimizing your mindset should be a priority because it lays the foundation for effective marketing and impactful action taking. So thank you so much for joining me today. I'm super happy to have you here. And if you want to know more about how I can help you transform your mindset and remove your inner blocks between you and your goals, send me a message with the word RISE and I'll send you the details. So tune in for my next videos where I'll be sharing with you lots more tips and tricks. And thank you so much. See you at the next one. Bye.